Alright, so let's do part 2 on Jeff Nippard's, if he's natural or not. I read your comments, I got your concerns, I got your questions. I try to answer as many as possible, but bear with me, alright? Bear with me. Don't get mad at me. Come on. Be patient with me, alright? So through the video, you notice that I wasn't 100% sure that he was that he was on something, right? 100% sure that he was on something. I said around what, 80 maybe? But hey, to him, that is a compliment. That is actually a compliment. If somebody says that you're on steroids and you're actually not, only you know, right? You know deep inside if you're saying the truth or not. So I'm pretty sure, I hope he doesn't get butthurt, right? And but I read your comments, and like I said, I only think he was 80%, which is a compliment. All right, so we're gonna do it again, and like I said, I apologize for not hearing correctly. I'm not perfect, but he did say he's been training naturally for 15 years. So let's start right there.
I've been training without steroids for about 15 years. I weigh 160 pounds when I'm lean and 180 pounds when I'm bulked.
So 15 years, I think he maybe started around 20. He's around mid-30s. He's a young buck. He's still a young buck. He's still got that good metabolism, that muscle synthesis, protein synthesis mechanism working properly, building muscle. He hasn't, I don't think he has hit his peak yet at mid-30s. If you got good genetics as well, you'll be able to still build some awesome, good muscle naturally. All right, so as you see right here, he is 160 on the left, 180 on the right, which makes sense. You know, it looks like he has good genetics too. And come on, you have to make sure you understand the picture quality, right? You have to know how to pose with the whole lighting and all that. So bear with me, all right? Because some of these pictures, they look massive. You know, you might look massive, but in person, you're not going to be looking the same as you would in a picture that you manipulated to look massive, like the one on the left. On the left, he looks shredded and all that. That's only 20 pounds difference. On the right, he looks like he has a little bit more body fat, right? Look at the lighting. It's completely different. How come we don't use the same lighting? You know, you'll see that the one on the right will also look pretty shredded if the light was properly set. But anyways, 15 years training, that's awesome. As for me, if you've been checking out my fitness vlogs, I don't consider myself to be the best or the best aesthetic or anything like that. So I run a lot. I do body weight exercises, calisthenics. I do free weight workouts as well. Bench press, incline bench press, preacher curl bench press. Bench. What else? Squat racks. I do hex bars. I do boot camp related exercises, stuff like that. When you're a bodybuilder, you're kind of working out more specifically towards a certain muscle to get the whole body balance in an aesthetic way, right? And I think that's what Jeff has been doing since he was 15. He actually did compete.
At 5'5" tall. Like most people.
He's actually very short, 5'5". So if you're 5'5" and already stocky, you're able to build good amount of muscle, you'll be looking stocky. If he was taller with this amount of muscle, he wouldn't look that big, right? So you gotta keep that in consideration. So 5'5", around mid-30s. He's been training for 15 years. That's a good amount of time. That's a good amount of time. As for me, I don't train this way. I train more for muscle endurance, cardio endurance. I'll do 20 pull-ups easily, 20 chin-ups easily. I do 100, 150, 200 burpees easily, type of deal. I run 4 miles every day. That's kind of my style of training.
I put on most of my muscle in my first 5 years of lifting. Both of my parents were bodybuilders, so I trained pretty hard from the start.
There you go. So both of his parents were bodybuilders. All right, so first thing first, depending what kind of bodybuilding they did, if they were good morally and never consumed any PEDs, that's awesome. They probably trained him, taught him, educated him properly, naturally, from experienced bodybuilders, right? Mother and father, that's awesome. He knows a lot, and that now it makes sense why he knows what he knows and why he furthered his knowledge, his education in the whole field of bodybuilding. That's awesome. Both of his parents. Wow, that is a blessing.
In my first 5 years, I gained around 20 pounds of muscle.
First 5 years, yeah. Yep, especially newbie gains and stuff like that, yeah.
For the next 5 years, I put on a little more muscle, but not as much.
Yep. No more newbie gains, probably 7.5, 8. Half of what you would build on your first 5 years.
Only another 5 pounds or so. Then in the next 5 years after that, it was even less, maybe 1 or 2 pounds. Add it all up, and that's 27 pounds or 12 kilos of muscle that I've built in total.
Okay, there you go. So around 27, 30 pounds, let's say, in 15 years, that's very, very possible. It takes a long time. He had the knowledge, he had the structure, and the motivation, right? His parents can motivate him. All that, put all that into consideration, or highly possible that you can achieve a awesome aesthetic looking body, or just to be able to build this much muscle in 15 years, 30 pounds is very possible. He's still young as well. He started right, on the right foot. He never, I don't know how many errors he made. He made very minimal errors because, again, his parents were bodybuilders, you know, so pretty awesome. Just wanted to let the smoke clear and give my part 2 on this, like I promised, in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Now I'm actually 99% that he's natural. 99% that he's natural, 1% that he's not. Nobody's perfect. Nobody is an angel out here. He could have tried it, I don't know. You know, maybe not specifically a strong steroid, but some kind of SARM or even TRT or something like that. But let me know in the comment section what you think about this one, and I'll see you on the next one.